Welcome to another session of the School of Thought, Lunch and Learn. Today, I'm on my podcast studio doing a lot of podcasts today, and it's time for me to do my Lunch and Learn. So, very quickly today, we are talking about building a house of communication. Now, I want you to understand communication is almost like a floor plan or a blueprint of a home. When you are speaking to somebody, you communicate with somebody, you are literally using bricks. Your words are bricks, and you are building a home in their mind. A lot of time, my experience has been when I'm communicating with someone and the things they're saying does not make sense. It's not building the house. So by the time I look, it's like the door is in the ceiling, the bathroom is in the living room, and you just confused. The windows is on the floor, and you're like, what are you saying? I don't understand, because the house is not being built properly. I want you to be intentional when you are communicating. Don't communicate and say, well, that's not what I mean. That's not what I'm saying. You have to take your words and build it and put it in the right place when you are communicating. You have to be intentional with your words. Don't just throw it out there and hope it sticks and hope the person understands. And sometimes people walk away, they don't understand. They made up their mind and they fix up the house themselves with your communication. And then later on say, well, this is what I thought you said. This is what I understood. Instead of the time of the communication, a lot of people are not going to stop and say, well, do you mean that? Or you say that? So it's up to you, the person that is communicating, the communicator, have to be conscious. And sometimes you could hurt someone's feelings, you could offend someone because you were not intentional with your words, putting the words in the right place to build the house of communication, putting the words where it's supposed to be instead of throwing it to the person like you throwing a brick. And then the person have to take your brick and go build it for you and understand for you instead of you building it yourself. So a lot of times some people will communicate to me, and we had that situation with one of my mentees. I said, what you said, even though it was true, but it was offensive because you were not intentional. You did not purposely take your words and put it in the right place, saying the right thing, the right conversation at the right time. So that it have to be, it's an art. Communication is like an art, and you building a house with it. You just can't say stuff because it came to your mind. You just say anything, just throwing it out there. You can't do that. So to have a proper communication, the person walking away with your words, understanding with the right house, you have to purposely say what you mean in the right proper place, putting in the right place, and give people clarity, give people understanding. Don't speak to people based on your own language, based on what you understand. Speak in a way where I could see where the door of the house is, exactly the location. Give me proper direction. The door is located here. The windows in the house is here. This is the bedroom. This is the living room. So you building the house because you carry the floor plan, so I could know exactly where am I going in that house. But don't throw it out there and I'm the one that have where's the door? Where's the window? I don't know what you're saying. This is confusing. Well, I didn't know that's what you meant. And so there's a lot of misunderstanding, mistranslation in communication because of the way you build the house when you communicate it. So let's take time, communicate properly, so when the person that you communicate with could walk away with the proper floor plan, with the proper blueprint of your communication. So I really want to zero on that more and more, because I find it very common when I have communication with someone and they say, and you have to go fishing to what they mean. Okay, did they mean that? Okay, they must have meant this when they said that. Okay, but you don't want, some people are not going to take time out to try to find out what you mean. It's whether they're going to toss it in the trash and say, I don't remember you said that, because they didn't want to deal with it, or people going to turn it around to what they want it to be. And then you say later, that's not what I meant. That's not what I said. So take the time and communicate properly so people can walk away with the proper communication, a proper floor plan of the house. Make it a house somebody could live in. Make it a house where somebody could be comfortable in. Make it a house where somebody wants to come in. Nobody wants to come in chaos. Nobody wants to come in your confusion and your communication. Nobody wants to take a blocks on the ground and build the house for you because they don't understand what you're saying. And you telling them, here's this, here's that. You just giving them words, and then they have to take time out and build the house for you. That's frustrating. That is waste of energy. That makes people tired. You ever had a conversation, people, when after you finish, you be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I'm worn out because you built the house for them. And after that, you don't want to live in the house no more. You don't want that no more. So nobody wants that. Nobody wants to communicate with someone, and after they finish the conversation, they're just too tired to even think about what you said. So make it easier by you communicating and building properly. Take the few seconds, and it'll take long. Say what you mean. Give an understanding of what you're saying. Put the proper words and proper bricks in the right place. Stop having communication with holes in it. Then I have to go somewhere myself and go find something to patch it because of the way you didn't say it, because of what you missed in the communication. Well, how do I know you meant that? Well, you should know because of that. So I got to do the work for you. It's your communication, it's your words, your house, but you want me to do the work for you. So don't do that. So take your time. Communicate properly, practice to do it properly. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to practice to redirect your mind, to change the mental habit of just giving people bricks. You got to take the time to change it. And when you do that, you'll attract people who also communicate better. You'll attract more people, and in your conversation, you'll have less trouble, less confusion, less misunderstanding, and you'll have better communication. Okay, so my time is almost up. So if you don't forget to visit hannahjosray.com. And if some of you may need coaching on communication, believe me, I've seen people who need coaching on communication. So reach out to me, booking@josray.com, and email me, or you can go on my website and see my classes. I have a class on communication. Some of you may need that even in your business. You may need some of your employee to take this class of communication, because we have a lot of problems sometimes when we call a place, and that happened to me the other night, and I didn't understand the word the man was saying. I had to keep saying, would you say that again? Would you say that again? Because of the lack of bricks and proper communication, but people are not conscious that they're not taking the time to give people clarity in their communication. So you may want someone to come in and talk to your employee and teach and train how to communicate properly, to give them the better understanding and the clarity, and bring them into a place of consciousness of how to communicate properly. It may be even marital. I do premarital counseling. It may have a communication problem, which is 99% of the problem in a relationship, that I do premarital counseling and postmarital counseling. So reach out to me, booking@josray.com, or go to hannahjosray.com and reach out and book a session. Especially I recommend that highly for business owners. So please do that with your customers, and you'll get more people to be attracted more to your product if you communicate better. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to share. Oh, my time is up. Don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. And if you have not yet become a subscriber of this channel, make sure you are, because in this channel, you'll find different communication about mortgages, about marital counseling, and about transformation. There's a different session even about spotlight, where I spotlight different people's business. You'll find that communication, you'll find that information on this channel. So don't forget to share at hannahjosray.com. Thank you. You have yourself a super week. Thank you.